Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today I've got another book review for you guys, and this time it is going to be for The Lost Village, and this is by Kamala Sten. This is translated, it says, by Alexandra Fleming. I believe it is probably translated from Swedish or Norwegian. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to look it up here, see if I can find out. Yeah. Originally published, originally published in Sweden, so yes, I'm sure it's probably translated from the Swedish. Originally, I wasn't going to review this. I was just going to read it, put a rating on Goodreads, and just be done with it. I was inspired to read this book by Kasha over at Kasha's Book Cemetery, I believe it was, and or maybe it wasn't Kasha, but I think it was, but what drew me in was she mentioned that it said something about being a kind of a cross between the Blair Witch Project and Midsummer. And I love both those movies, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to read this. So anyway, what the book is about is this documentary film crew, and they travel to this abandoned, lost, whatever you want to call it, village in Sweden. Let me see if I can find out the name of the place. It just says it was dubbed the Lost Village, and the primary filmmaker, Alice, she's been kind of obsessed with this village ever since she was a little girl. Because what happened, and the way the book goes is it goes from then to now throughout the book. But anyway, in 1959, just the entire village, it begins, well, the book begins with a couple of police officers, and they find the village, and it's like there's nobody there, but the only two people that are there, one is alive, one is dead. One of them is a woman who is tied to a pole, and it is clear that she has been murdered. And then the only other living person is a newborn, is an infant. All right. So you have that little bit. So now the whole mystery is what happened to this village? Why is there no one to be found? What happened to them? So now you go back to the now, and you have this documentary film crew, and one of the, Alice, her grandmother is one of the people that disappeared. And then you have a girl named Tone, or maybe Tone, I'm not really sure, but it's Tone. She's got history with the village. She's got relatives that were part of the village also. And then, of course, you have the rest of the film crew. You've got Max, and Max is with Alice. And then you've got Emmy, and Emmy is kind of the stick in the mud. She's kind of the one that questions everything and just kind of gets under your skin the entire time throughout the book. And then you've got Robert, and Robert is with Emmy, and they all have their own little functions and stuff. So now you're probably sitting there wondering, how does it play into being a cross between Blair Witch Project and Midsummer? So with the Blair Witch Project thing, what it is that all these little things start to happen that there's really no explanation for. Like things start to go missing. Their van is wrecked and set on fire, and they start seeing things out of the corner of their eye and seeing shadowy figures and stuff. And then the Midsummer thing has to go with the things that happened in the past. And in the past, there is this preacher or pastor that comes to the village, and he's very charming, very charismatic, and just has the entire town enthralled with him to where, they're going to church, but they're not going to church to worship God. They're going to church to basically worship this man, and he's got his own agenda, and I don't want to go too far into that because it would really spoil the book for you. So anyway, I was really surprised. I was sitting there thinking, well, you know what? This is probably just looking at it, I thought, and flipping through it, I thought, well, you know what? This is probably going to be maybe a 3-star read for me. If I remember correctly, I ended up giving this 4 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. Reason being, is because it held my interest. I got invested in these characters. I wanted to know about the history, the past. Why did these people disappear? Why did this village, why were there only 2 people found? What happened? All right. And also, I felt invested in the characters in the present with Alice and Emmy and Max and Robert. I wanted to see Alice succeed. You find out things about Alice and about her past, and you find out that she's had a history of depression, a history of suicide attempts. And so I wanted her to succeed. And the same thing goes with Tone. Emmy, I didn't like so much. And Max and Robert, it's like, okay, I could have taken or leave the 2 of them. But yeah, I found myself invested in these characters to the point of where I'm like, all right, I'm just going to read a little bit and I'm going to stop. I'll read a little more. And I just kept going until I just went right through the book. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a 4 out of 5 stars. And again, I'll hold this up. And this is The Lost Village. And this is by Kamala Sten. Again, translated by Alexandra Fleming from Swedish. So that's going to do it. This is my review for The Lost Village. You guys, it is Sunday. I'm going to post this, I believe, on Wednesday. So until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and take care, okay? Bye-bye.